What's up YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. Now before we get started with today's video, the road to 200 subs has now come to a close and we are now 192 subs away from hitting 500 subs. Guys, we are getting so close to 500 subs. I know we can get there. Let's see if we can get to 500 by the end of the year. Is it possible? Excuse me, we will have to wait and find out. But as I've said in previous videos, if you guys are new to the channel, excuse me, and I know that a lot of you guys are, because practically 100% of you guys are watching the content, but you guys are not even subscribed. So if you guys are watching the content, you like the content, and you want more of the content, but you guys have not subscribed as of yet, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And I want you guys to post in the comments below, answer the question of the day, which is this. What would you consider to be the worst archetype in Yu-Gi-Oh's history? Let me know down in the comments below. And for today's video, speaking of archetypes, we actually have a new archetype that has just been announced for Duelist Advanced. It is known as the Artmegia archetype. And looking at the first few cards, it seems like it is going to be a fusion-based archetype that mainly revolves around mainly revolves around the graveyard. It looks like mostly like milling cards and more so like controlling the field, I guess. At least that's what I'm under the impression that it is. But I'm not gonna waste any time. There are quite a few cards to talk about. So without any further ado, let's get straight into it. Kicking things off, we've got Medius the Innocent. Which is a 4-star Dark Fairy with 1800 attack and defense, and both of its effects are once per turn. And the first effect reads, if this card is normal or special summon, you can take one imprisoned deity monster from your deck and either add it to your hand or special summon it. Second effect reads, if this card is in your grave, you can shuffle one monster from your hand or face the field into the deck, and if you do, special summon this card but banish it when it leaves the field. Yeah, so this is basically your Stratos, if you will, for the entire deck, and you basically get to add one imprisoned deity monster to your hand, which is actually kind of crazy because being able to add actually the imprisoned deity that they are referred to is actually a 1-star monster that I'll be talking about later on in this video. And you basically get to either add it to your hand or special summon it. And if you end up special summoning it, you basically get to just combo off from there, get out your fusion spells, whatever you may have at your disposal, go into your fusion plays, and you're off to the races from there. And it's weird because this actually kind of reminds me of an anime that I had seen a long time ago. I didn't really get the chance to watch the whole series, the whole series, because I think I only saw like a portion of the series. I think, what was it, a certain scientific railgun? I think it is, and that's what this archetype is given off. It's given off those vibes in a way. So it's kind of crazy. So it's pretty cool. So it's pretty cool, and also this also acts as a monster reborn for itself. So hypothetically speaking, you can also go into a rank 4, which is really good, just to bypass the banishing effect, So when you detach it from your Xyz monster, you can just revive it back next turn, and then use it to go into your link plays or whatever you may have at your disposal, which is really good. Next up we have Artmegia Fine Melt. I think I'm saying that right. Excuse me. Anyway, it is a 7-star light warrior with 2400 attack, 1500 defense, and the first and third effects are both once per turn. The first effect reads: if you control an Artmegia card, you can special summon this card from your hands and draw one card. Second effect: your opponent cannot target level 6 or lower Artmegia monsters you control with card effects. Third effect reads: during the main phase, if you control 3 or more monster types, as a quick effect, you can negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls. Also, their current attack becomes halved until the end of the turn. So it's kind of crazy because this card is essentially Cyber Dragon and a Dark Ruler no more. So this basically ensures that your opponent can't really do anything unless if they have an out to it. Oh my god, what's a good out? Like, the only two outs that I can see them using are cards such as like Imperm and perhaps like Effect Veiler. But the only thing though is that there are several other cards that your opponent could potentially go into, including cards like Forbidden Droplet, and even also too, cross out Designator if you were playing the mirror, if you were playing the mirror match, and your opponent was playing the exact same deck you are, and you activate this card's effect to negate your opponent's monster's effects, they can go cross out, declare this, stop it, and that would just basically be it. Which I think cross out on Master Duel right now is at 1. And there have been a lot of players who would literally just open with it just right off the bat for no reason whatsoever, which is insane. So this card is actually kind of crazy because it's basically Cyber Dragon and a Dark Ruler no more. So that's actually kind of sick. Next up, we've got Artmegia Graflair. Excuse me. Which is a 5-star light dragon with 2100 attack, 1500 defense, and the first and third effects are both once per turn. Let's see here. If you control an Artmegia card, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then you can set one Artmegia spell from your deck. The first time this card would be destroyed by battle each turn. It is not. You can target one spell or trap your opponent controls, destroy it, and this is a quick effect if you control 3 or more monster types. So this is basically Cyber Dragon, Battle Protection, and a quick play MS and a quick effect MST, if you will, which is insane. Being able to just pop your opponent's back row one by one is insane. The only downside again is that the first effect is also the only thing is that both its first and third effects are once per turn. So even if you were to compulse this card back to your hand, you wouldn't be able to use its effect again because it's technically a hard once per turn. So hypothetically speaking, you would have to find some way to protect your board That way you would be able to bring this card out again, draw another card, and then pop another back row that your opponent may have. But you do get to set a spell from your deck, so that's actually really cool. So hypothetically speaking, you could target the field, a field spell if this archetype has one, and then and set it, and then next turn you flip it up, you combo, and you're off to the races from there. Next up, we've got Artmegia Litera. Excuse me. Which is a 3-star light spellcaster with 400 attack, 1800 defense. And the first and third effects are both once per turn. The first effect reads: if you control an Artmegia card, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then you can add one Artmegia card from your grave to your hand. Second effect reads: you take no battle damage from battles involving this card. Third effect reads: during your opponent's main phase, as a quick effect, you can special summon one Artmegia monster from your hand or grave, except this card, then return this card on the field to the hand. So you basically have Cyber Dragon, Monster Reincarnation, Yubel, Cyber Rev System, and Compulsory Evacuation Device, all rolled into one card, right? The first effect is again Cyber Dragon and Monster Reincarnation, right? That's two powerful cards right there. You take no battle damage from battles involving this card. Yubel does the exact same thing. And then the third effect, the other two cards are Cyber Rev System, which helps you summon a monster from your hand or grave. And it's also a compulsory evacuation device, meaning you get to bounce this card back to your hand. I don't even think I have to say anything else about this card except holy shit, this card is nuts. That card is absolutely nuts. I believe there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There are literally 13 cards, and we've already talked about 1, 2, 3, 4. So that leaves 9 cards left, you guys. Holy shit. So let us move on with the Imprisoned Deity monster that first monster I talked about. It is known as Imprisoned Deity, Beast of Artmegia. Which is a 1-star Earth Illusion with 300 attack, 200 defense. Literally the stats of a fucking Karibo, which is very funny. The second and third effects are both once per turn. The first effect reads: you cannot special summon from the extra deck except for fusions. Second effect, during the main phase as a quick effect, you can fusion summon one Artmegia fusion monster or Nerva, the Imprisoned Deity of Creation, from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field, including this card you control. Third effect reads: if this card is sent from the hand or field to the grave, you can add one Artmegia spell trap from your deck to your hand with a different name from the cards in your grave. So this is basically your polymerization for the entire deck. Literally, that's literally what it is. It's absolutely crazy. This is basically your combo extender, and you basically just you're able to just go into your fusion plays without any bullshit, which is absolutely insane. The only downside is that, again, with the mirror matches, Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries is probably by far going to be one of the biggest threats to the deck imaginable, because again, you don't see Ghost Reaper all that much anymore, unless if it was in the mirror matches, or if your opponent, or if you had or if you had certain cards similar to what your opponent has. Other than that, Ghost Reaper sucks. So again, unless if you were playing the mirror match, Ghost Reaper isn't gonna be seen all that often. But cards like Valor, cards like Ash, what else? What else? Cards like Imperm, just to name a few, are going to be cards that will definitely be stopping this card. But when that happens, when the moment your opponent uses Imperm or an effect Veiler on this card, then they're basically locking the first effect in place. They're literally locking it up, which literally it expands your opponent, which it expands your summoning pool to where you're able to go into your link monsters, which is very insane. I would say you could go into a Verde Anaconda, but Verde has been banned for a few years now, which is very funny. So who knows? I mean, maybe Verde Anaconda could come back. Who knows? Next up, we have Artmegia Diactoros. I believe is how it's pronounced. I am butchering the name, so I apologize if I am, but there's the card. And it is an 8-star Life Fairy Fusion with 2800 attack, 2500 defense, and requires Medius the Innocent and 1 Artmegia monster. The first all three of the effects are once per turn. The first effect reads, you can target one monster on the field, change its battle position. Second effect reads, when your opponent activates a card or effect on the field and you control 3 or more monster types as a quick effect, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Third effect reads, if this fusion summon card is destroyed, you can special summon Immediate the Innocent from your hand deck or banishment. Literally, this is insane. This is probably one of the best cards, probably one of the best fusions I've ever seen, because it's literally 0 gravity, Solemn Judgment, and Monster Reborn rolled into one powerful card. Especially when this card gets destroyed, you can literally just bring back Medius the Innocent, combo off, and then summon out another fusion, and you're just off to the races from there, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Next up, we've got Nerva, the Imprisoned Deity of Creation, which was the fusion monster from I think was from the Beast, the 1-star Beast, which is kind of funny, which is very funny. But there's the card. Looks absolutely badass. Looks like something out of It kind of looks like something out of oh my god, what's that one anime that I had seen? It kind of looks like something out of Mobile Suit Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans in a way, which is kind of funny. 10-star Earth Illusion, 3300 attack and defense, and it says must first be either fusion summon or special summon from your extra deck in defense by attributing 3 monsters with different types. You can only special summon this card once per turn. It has 2 separate effects. The first one reads, cannot be destroyed by card effects while there is a card in the field zone. Second effect reads, once per turn, when you activate and Artmegia monster's effect. As a quick effect, you can make that effect become destroy all cards your opponent controls. So this card basically can manipulate your own board by ensuring that your opponent's board just gets completely wiped clean. Absolutely insane. This is probably this right here. This card, Nerva can actually threaten lethal, depending on what your hand looks like. You could potentially threaten lethal with this card, which is insane. Insane, you guys. Insane. How many cards is left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6? Yep, 6 more cards to talk about, you guys. So let us get to it with the next card being... Let's see here. Artmegia, the Academy City of Divine Arts. Which is a field spell. And it has 2 separate effects. The first one reads, during your main phase, you can normal summon one Medius the Innocent in addition to your normal summon or set. You can only gain this effect once per turn. Second effect reads, you can discard 1 spell or trap to declare the name of one Artmegia monster you do not control, and one of the declared monsters, and one copy, and one, add one, add one of the declared monsters from your deck to your hand, and you cannot special summon from outside the extra deck for the rest of the turn, except for Artmegia monsters and Medius the Innocent. You can only declare each card name once per turn to activate this effect of this card's name. Okay, so to summarize it, you basically get to add a card to your hand, but you're only locked into summoning cards that represent Artmegia, including Medius the Innocent, which is pretty sick. I have to admit, that is actually kind of sick as I'm stretching. Excuse me, as I'm like trying to stretch my arms a little bit. So, hypothetically speaking, you could literally... hypothetically speaking, you can add the 1-star beast monster, and you would be able to go into your fusion plays right off the bat. Not much else to say about that. Next up, we've got Theorealize, which is the name. That is the name of the card. Very crazy, funny. And it's a normal spell with both of the effects being once per turn. And the first effect reads, send one Medius the Innocent from your deck to the grave. Look at the top card of your opponent's deck and place it on either the top or the bottom of the deck. Excuse me. Second effect reads, you can banish the card from your grave, target one face-up monster you control, and declare a monster type and an attribute. It becomes the declared type and attribute until the end of your opponent's turn. So this can help manipulate your board to where you're able to just go into certain plays. This is actually not bad. Kind of a crazy card. Definitely a 3 of, in my opinion. I feel like that this card definitely has the potential to really like do a lot of damage to the meta. But I think we would still be missing a few cards. Next up, we've got our Artmegia Masterwork Succession. Which is a really cool artwork. And it is a quick play spell with both of its effects being once per turn. The first effect reads, during the main phase, fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field, including an Artmegia monster. Then if there is a card in the field zone, the summon monster gains 500 attack. Second effect reads, during your main phase, you can banish this card from your grave. Target 3 Artmegia cards in your grave with different names. Shuffle them into the deck. So this actually reminds me a little bit of oh my god, what's that one monster card? Excuse me. Was it Lifeless Leaf Fish, or is it something else? I think it's Lifeless Leaf Fish, if I remember right. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I think it's I think it is like Lifeless Leaf Fish, where you're able to banish it from your grave, target 3, shuffle it into your deck, which is oh wait, no, it's not Lifeless Leaf Fish. Silent Sea Nettle, that's the name. I think it's Silent Sea Nettle. Yeah, I think it's Silent Sea Nettle, which has the mini Pot of Avarice. So this card is Polarization and Silent Sea Nettle all rolled in one card. And again, because that it's a fusion spell, you can go into your fusion plays and just combo off from there, which is pretty cool. Next up, we've got Artmegia Vandalism Assault. Which is a continuous spell, and let's see here, it says you can only activate one copy per turn. Let's see here, it says you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn, and the second effect is a once per turn. The first effect reads, when this card resolves, you can add one medius the instant from your deck to your hand. Second effect reads, you can target one face-up monster you control. That face-up monster can be treated as an Artmegia monster if used as fusion material this turn. Third effect reads, if Artmegia, the Academy City of Divine Arts you control, would be destroyed by card effect, you can send this card you control to the grave instead. So basically this helps ensure that you're able to go into your fusion plays, which is crazy. And being able to go into your fusion plays just by using this card ensures that your summons just go, can just flow through easily. And as long as you're able to have cards like have like hand traps and imperms and whatnot, you can stop your opponent from doing anything to stop you from fusion summoning, which is really good. Next up, we've got Artmegia Banish Change. Which is a normal spell, and both of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads, place one Artmegia, the Academy City of Divine Arts from your deck or grave, face up in your field zone, or if you control it, you can add one Artmegia card from your deck to your hand. Instead, accept this card. Second effect reads, when your Artmegia monster is targeted for an attack, you can banish the card from your grave, negate the attack, then you can special summon one Medius the instant from your hand. So this ensures that basically ensures that your field spell gets to stay active. So this is basically, hypothetically speaking, this is basically I want to say a fifth, sixth, and seventh copy of the field spell, because you basically would have 3 copies of the field spell. That's 3. Terraforming, which makes it 4, and then 3 copies of this card, which makes it 7. Which I believe terraforming is still limited, isn't it? I need to take a look. I think terraforming is still limited. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. So terraforming is still limited. So you basically have have 7 copies of the field spell. Plus also too, plus I think where is it? Metaverse. Oh, right. Metaverse. There's also Metaverse as well. So hypothetically speaking, you can also play Metaverse. So that's 3, 6, 9, 10. You basically have 10 copies of the field spell to ensure that your field spell does not go away, which is mind blowing, absolutely mind blowing. Now for the final card of the video, it is known as Artmegia Messena Awakening. I probably butchered it, but that's the name of the card. There's the artwork. Looks badass. It kind of looks like something out of Kill La Kill, which is very very funny. But it is a normal trap, and it says that both of the effects are a hard once per turn. And the first effect reads: special summon one Artmegia monster or immediately innocent from your deck. Also this turn, the activation of your cards and effects that include an effect that fusion summons a fusion monster cannot be negated. Also, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects while a monster is fusion summoned this way. Second effect reads: you can banish the card from your grave. Whoop. There we go. Sorry guys, I accidentally kicked my tripod. Anyway, the second effect reads you can banish the card from your grave, target one Artmegia monster you control, return it into the hand or extra deck, and if you do, destroy one card your opponent controls. So this is basically an insurance policy that your fusion plays can go through. And the only way that this card would be stopped is through the means of an impermanence, which you really don't see imperm get played all that much anymore, unless if it was under certain conditions. But other than that, I mean, this card is actually kind of crazy. And overall, I mean, the archetype is actually kind of sick, I will admit. But I feel like we're still missing some cards, like maybe a potential Link monster, maybe a third fusion. And I feel like if that were to be the case, who knows? Maybe the archetype can actually break the meta. Will it actually? It's possible, but we'll have to wait and see. But with that being said, that'll do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more card discussions in the future, then make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.